Now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Hey, you, hey! One. Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long.
One.
Here's Mariota. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Sturgis for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Gone!
Now back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Jordan Reed has it. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield, and the Bengals grab it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Gone! All right, now, look at 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
Detroit! Gone!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And to the left here to Reed. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he stopped immediately there. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And a loose football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two. I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Oh, twisting away. And now running right through it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack.
He's got it at the 15. A big play there for Cincinnati. 43 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Sturgis for the extra point. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. Fancy footwork at the 45. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Back to throw here. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the curl, watch the curl. Stay open. Gun!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap.
That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop the throw. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Check. Watch the D4.
They'll look to throw. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
They begin with a run by Penny. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Tim Settle, the Virginia Tech Hokie, in there on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mariota now on second down. And caught right side, Green. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On play action, Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping, and the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals have recovered it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
So we have reached halftime. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't?
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on first down. And Reed with it over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Back to throw. Step, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Looking to throw. And he's going to go down again.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Flush to his right. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A 1st down throw for Mariota. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
On 3rd down, Mariota. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Again, it's Mariota. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll set up to throw. Airing one out for Crowder. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off near the 44.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Following the interception here, Mariota escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Snags it for the pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected?
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
fighting to stay upright. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
Hey. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. On the crossing route, complete. That's Richardson. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory. Put
your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0. Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reed. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think...
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 19. And the return will stop right around the 25. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it was. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mariota here to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Gun, 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 gun. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
4 down, 4 down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now to the left here to Reed. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points.